Hi guys. So I had my surgery about 2 weeks ago or something like that. Um, it was not what I expected. I had never had surgery, never had a broken bone or anything like that. So whenever I first went in at 8 o'clock in the morning, they took me to a room, and it took about an hour for everyone to come in and talk to me, to put in my IV and ask me a million questions about what kind of medications I was on and when the last time I ate was and what I was allergic to and things like that, just over and over. So finally, the lady came in and she said, "Okay, here's your happy juice." And so she put something in my IV, and I just started laughing like hysterically, and I covered my face with a blanket. And she said, "Okay, here we go." So she rolled the bed down to the surgery room and had me scoot onto a different bed. And then they put this mask over my face and told me, I didn't really say anything. It was just laying on my face loosely. And then she pushed it down on my face, and I told me to breathe deep. And I didn't know that they were putting me to sleep right then and there, but they were. It's the last thing I remember. And then whenever I woke up, it felt like I was in a laboratory. Like everything was completely white and people in their lab coats and stuff. And I woke up kind of freaked out, and I started cussing at the nurses, which I try to be pretty politically correct, especially in front of. Um, it depends on my surroundings, so I started cussing not at the nurse, but just in general, like what the and so anyways, after I kind of calmed down and remembered where I was, um they I was in recovery for an hour, and it felt like 15 minutes, and she was like, I was like, "Oh yeah, my arm." So I looked down, and it was all wrapped up with these ace bandages and stuff, and it was like huge looking to me. And the nurse tried to walk away, and I was like, "Where are you going?" And she was like, I'm just grabbing something." And I was like, "I just want to talk to you." So she's like, "It's okay, I'm not leaving." And I just talked and talked, it felt like. And then finally, I guess the hour was up, so she took me down back to the room where my mom was and had me eat some crackers and drink some soda. And they left me in there, I don't know how long, maybe in another hour or something. It didn't feel like that long. And oh, I remember also too, before they took me down to the room with my mom, she was like, "Does your arm hurt?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so she was like, "Okay, I'm giving you some fentanyl." And I was like, "Okay." And then it seemed like 10 seconds later, she asked me if my hand was hurting again. And I said yes. And so she said that she was giving me some Dilaudid. And I was like, "Okay." And then, so anyways, it took me down to my mom. I ate some crackers and stuff, and I was super ready to leave. And I wasn't really that weird acting. Like the anesthesia didn't mess me up too much. I was just very, very calm and monotone and like very relaxed and wasn't in any pain. Um, then I came home, and a bunch of friends came over and brought me food, and a friend came over and played the guitar, and we just kind of hung out and stuff. Now, the doctors told me before the surgery, because I had a surgery on Thursday, they told me by Monday I should be able to type with both hands again. No freaking way. No way. My hand, I couldn't use it for at all for anything for a couple weeks. I mean, it was it was horrible. I couldn't even like grip the charger to my phone to like to bring it up to me. I couldn't grab onto anything. I had no strength in my hand at all. I could wiggle my fingers, but I couldn't actually use them for anything. And it was just extremely painful. And of course, I took the pain medicine as prescribed every 4 hours, just like they said, for the first week. And then I started tapering off. So now I'm doing okay. It's getting better. I still can't. Now I'm in a hard cast now. It's nice, pretty pink, because that's what my daughter wanted me to get. And so my hand isn't near as swollen as it was, and like I can I can't like flatten my hand out like she says that I should be able to. And if I lift my thumb like up on this hand, it sends sharp pain straight through my wrist. And if I overdo it, then it still hurts. Like today it hurts really, really bad, and I'm not really sure what I did, but it's really sore today. So anyways, I guess it was 10 days after the surgery that I got my hard cast on, and it's been 5 days. I just got my hard cast on Monday, and today's Friday. So it's literally been 2 weeks, or it's been, I don't know, 15 days or something like that since my surgery, and I'm still in quite a bit of pain, and I can type with my left hand, but it's like there's weights on my fingers, and it takes a lot of effort to move them. And after doing it for very long at all, like just after a few sentences, it starts hurting pretty bad. So, still a lot of things that I can't do. And definitely before you have your surgery, since you can't use one of your hands, go get some shampoo and conditioner that's in a pump. That way, whenever you go wash your hair, you're not just like pouring the stuff on top of your head. You can just pump it into your hand. I didn't steal, well, I did. I took the umbrella bags from the hospital because they're the perfect size to slide over your cast. And then I got some athletic tape to tape it around my arm, and it keeps me from getting any water on my cast when I shower. So that's super helpful. I'm trying to think of, sports bras. If you're a woman, definitely need something that's easy to take on and off, because I still can't unhook a bra, so I had to go buy some loose-fitting sports bras for the time being. So anyways, hopefully I go back to see the doctor. He's going to take my cast off in 1 month. They want my fingers to be completely mobile by the end of this week, she said, but I don't see that happening. And that way, whenever I get my brace off, we'll just have to focus on the wrist. Oh, and whenever they took off my bandages to put my hard cast on, it was like my wrist just like went limp, and it was the most disgusting, weirdest feeling ever. The incision was only about 1.5 inches long. I had 5 stitches. It really didn't look that bad except for the bruising. It was purple and green and yellow and still pretty swollen. But I'm thinking now, because at first the doctor told me that I wasn't going to need physical therapy. But so far from what I've actually experienced versus what the doctors told me to expect, I'm thinking that physical therapy is probably going to be necessary, at least at first, until I can really like learn the exercises and get into it and stuff to try to do it at home. So I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, write a comment or whatever, and I will post more later on. So thanks.